Hello Avengers, today we have a special video where I'm gonna tell you a summary, all the information we have of things that are coming to the game that are in the works officially. I'm not gonna be saying anything clickbait or leaks or anything like that that's not really confirmed. I'm going to focus on the official information that I gathered from all the websites Crystal Dynamics have shared information about future content on the game. So this means interviews with the playing with the devs, live streams, weekly blogs, Reddit responses from the devs, Discord responses from the developers as well. So all these little places that we got information, we're going to try and summarize everything that we know so far officially. And when I do add some sort of speculation or rumor, I will specify you that it's just a speculation. So let's begin first with what's the new content coming. The first thing that we're gonna get in terms of new content update is the Omega level threat, which is the AIM cloning lab. This will be the game's very first gameplay that resembles raids from other games, which means that this will be multiplayer only missions that focus on cooperation between players. It's not going to be just smashing through a bunch of wave enemies. There's going to be actually different type of gameplay involved where the players have to interact with each other. It will be a high power level challenge, and as the weekly blog says, the lab culminates in a massive fight that is influenced by how you perform in the penultimate objective. So that means that before you get to the final fight, something's going to influence that last fight that happens before getting to that fight. So that's going to be very interesting. That means that's a gameplay mechanic specific to that. Another thing is these cloning labs will be only on the weekends from Friday 10 a.m. to Monday 10 a.m. It can be replayed, but only the first completion has the biggest chances for a bigger reward. All of this is from the official weekly blog on the State of the Game blog. So I'll be posting a couple of links below also in my description so you can find all these links that have all this information. But that's official information from them about the Omega level threat, the AIM cloning lab. And they confirm that this takes place before Cape Bishop. This AIM labs is still not sure when will it drop, but it's very likely that between this weekend or the next one it will drop, as we are expecting this to happen before the next war table. However, that's just pure speculation on my part. The only thing that I know confirmed is that it's happening before Cape. After the cloning labs, Phil from Crystal Dynamics mentioned on the stream that there was a small inhuman quest that was coming in the game that would focus on highly demanded inhuman. So it'll be interesting if maybe we get a little tease of Quake coming into the game, because I know that's one of the highly demanded inhuman characters in the game. Or it could be the return of Dante, who was in the story briefly and we hardly saw more of him later. So maybe we see more of him turning into Inferno. Or maybe it could be something connected to the royal family. Again, that part is complete speculation for me. What we do know officially is that it's a highly demanded inhuman character that's going to be involved in that mini inhuman story. After that, then we're definitely going to get Cape Bishop. And then after Cape Bishop, we have Clint Barton, Hawkeye. And later next year, we have Spider-Man and potentially Black Panther, as they teased on the last war table that they were going to present Black Panther, but out of respect of Chadwick Boseman, they did not. So we can assume that he's coming sometime next year. Now, let's talk about official dates or possibilities on dates. Originally, Cape Bishop was gonna come out on October, but she did not. She was delayed officially in the State of the Game to what would be November. Now, November has been passing and we still don't have an official date. However, the war table for the game is confirmed to be on this month of November. And from the developers themselves in the live streams, they said the war table is meant to come out before Thanksgiving. So it's possible that we're looking at this war table happening sometime next week or the week of Thanksgiving, but before that, between Monday, November 23 or Tuesday 24. But the official thing is that it's before Thanksgiving. So what does that mean for Kate? That means that Kate has a few chances here to still drop on November. If the war table comes out next week, then she can come out on the week of Thanksgiving, but not on the Thursday of Thanksgiving, of course, but rather on Tuesday, the 24th. Or, best case scenario, she comes out the same day or the day after the war table is revealed. I say this because it's very likely that the war table is going to present us Kate Bishop again, but this time showing us all her moves, all her combat, a little bit more of her story cutscenes, and just get to know the character more. The other key thing about this war table is that it's definitely going to be the one that's going to tell us official dates, or at least a better idea of the dates of what's coming now. Keep in mind that the last war table they said we would get a roadmap on the next war table. So very likely we're gonna get a rough roadmap at the very least on this next war table. So if Kate drops on November, then it's very likely Clint, Bart, and Hawkeye will drop on December. Of course, this depends if there's no issues along the way or any situations. But currently the game's in a very good pace in fixing and patching up all his crashes and glitches. The last patch was pretty good at stabilizing mostly PC that was getting a lot of the crashes, and just a lot of technical issues that console version had as well were fixed. So I think the game's in a better state to actually start releasing content now. Kate and Clint's stories will put an end to the storylines that we have right now in the game, probably specifically about AIM and Monica and all her schemes. As the state of the game establishes, after Clint looking into 2021, the game will introduce a new hero, a new region, and a new narrative arc. So that means that it's gonna introduce a whole new story. So whatever happens here in the story of Kate and Clint will put an end to a lot of the things that the reassemble campaign left off on. So the other content that we know is coming is Spider-Man. When is Spider-Man coming? There has been speculations of whether he's coming March or January. Different articles, different areas, but taking into consideration that everything got a little bit delayed, I'm not expecting Spider-Man on January. So I would say roughly he could be February or March. But again, that part is just me speculation. There's no official thing for Spider-Man because those dates that we got for him in a website or in a press magazine were before the game had its delays. But it's possible again that the war table might clear up these doubts about Spider-Man. So is there other things that the game they're working on? Yes. There's no specific details, but we do know that they have confirmed that there will be more villains in the game. There will be new villains introduced in the Kate and Hawkeye stories, and just overall new villains. They also confirmed there will be new stories for the main Avengers. This means Iron Man and Captain America, Black Widow will eventually get more stories, kind of like the iconic missions that we got for them. So while the game will get a lot of new patches with new characters to introduce new stories, we will still get some stories for those other characters. However, no time frame on when are those coming. We just know they're coming. Now another big gameplay feature a lot of people request is the campaign replay, is the being able to replay the campaign like a new game plus, and that is definitely coming. The developers confirm it's already being testing well. They're already doing all the tests, so it could be very soon, maybe sometime before the year ends. That's just pure speculation from me. Maybe they confirm a date on the war table for it, but yes, it is coming. So other questions that people bring up a lot is MCU skins. Currently they only have said that they're looking into it, but they haven't confirmed that they're coming or not. So it's possible that they can be saved up for a big announcement, or it's possible that we get more inspired MCU skins, because currently we do have a fair amount of skins that do resemble a lot of the MCU ones, but they're not exactly the same. They're just inspired. Same for the overall comic book skins. But it's possible that along the way they do something a bit more direct, as they keep taking on that feedback. As for other changes overall in the game, they're actively reworking the gear system. They're taking a lot of feedback on what's going on there, so I think if you just keep providing your feedback on those, it will help them a lot. But they're currently working hard in improving those areas. As for another thing that they had announced in the last war table is events. Currently, there's no plans on doing the events right now because they were working on fixing things. But maybe along the way, if things get better, we might get an event for maybe Christmas. But that's again pure speculation from me. However, they haven't cancelled the idea of doing events, they just delayed focusing on them and instead been focusing on producing the main content and fixing the bugs and patching it out. As for another question that rises a lot is the PvP. There will not be PvP on the game, at least not yet. There's no plans right now that they have for it. Next, the next gen version of the game got delayed till next year so they can iron out all the things that they currently fixing on the current gen, put them on the new gen, and probably just gonna do a big overhaul overall of the game by then. So I think it's a better idea that they did, so that when they bring out the next gen version of the game, it's a overall change and more intuitive for players that are not feeling the game right now. Keep in mind that you do have cross-platform save, in the sense that if you bought the game on PS4 and you bought a PS5, you can cross-save your save from PS4 to PS5. You can do that from PlayStation to PlayStation and from Xbox to Xbox. What you cannot do is PlayStation to Xbox. Just something to keep in mind if the question has been on your thoughts. A few other extra things before I forget. The mega hypes, which I have highlighted on my videos before, showing you a little bit of guide on how to best perform them, and they're currently the best way to get exotics. They're gonna get a multiplayer version. They're currently working on that, so you should be able to play it with your friends soon, so that's gonna be another good change. Another thing that a lot of people ask about is vehicles, and they have said there is no vehicles coming so far in the game. They're not in the cars because it would cause traversal issues. So if you're expecting or hoping for a motorcycle for Captain America or Black Widow, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And another extra thing I want to add about gear is that they said that they're working on having a loadouts system, so you can have different loadouts for your different sets for each character. So I believe that more or less covered the big things that I know a lot of people are wondering what's coming and whatnot. I just wanted to make sure I collected everything in just one single place. But you can hit me up in the comments below and ask anything that I may have missed. Maybe there's a glitch or bug that you still want to know if it's been fixed or not. Or maybe you need some kind of reporting. I can throw you a link to their official Discord so you can join in and report your situation as well. In the end, I'm here to help you with your journey in the game because we're in this together, Avengers. If we get a new update and information on the game next Thursday or anything like that, I will absolutely let you know with a brand new video as well. And obviously when the war table comes, expect a full video reacting to all of that. For now, I'm just wanting to give you all the information that's available in case you missed out on anything. Thank you for watching. See you next time, Avenger.